Have you ever wondered which tiny moments reveal that your golden retriever does not just love you, but truly trusts you with its comfort, its body, and its most vulnerable feelings? Trust in dogs is rarely loud or dramatic, because the clearest signs are often quiet choices your golden makes when it feels safe enough to soften, pause, and let the world pass by. With a warm honey golden coat, floppy ears, dark brown eyes, a feathered tail, and a medium-large athletic body, the golden retriever often looks friendly to everyone, yet trust goes deeper. This breed is naturally social and eager to connect, but real trust appears in the moments when friendliness turns into full-body relaxation, easy vulnerability, and calm confidence beside one specific person. One of the strongest trust signals is when your golden sleeps with its back turned toward you, because that position says the dog does not feel the need to watch you at all. Trust becomes even clearer when the sleep grows heavy, the paws twitch softly, and the chest rises in slow rhythm, because deep rest only happens where the body truly feels protected. Another tender moment is the long sigh and full body flop at your feet, when your golden releases muscle tension and lets gravity take over instead of holding itself ready. When your dog rolls partly onto its side or briefly exposes the belly near you, that is not always a request for rubbing, often it is a sign of unguarded comfort. A golden that leans its weight gently into your leg is showing something beautiful, because balance is being shared, and the dog trusts your presence enough to physically rest on you. The same feeling appears when that broad golden head settles on your knee, not to beg, not to perform, but simply to be close in the easiest possible way. Many Goldens show deep trust by bringing their favorite toy to their person, because offering a prized object is not only playful, it is also a soft act of emotional sharing. It becomes even more meaningful when the dog leaves that toy beside you and walks away calmly, because that says the object feels safe in your space too. Following you from room to room can also reflect trust, especially when the movement is loose and unhurried, as though your Golden simply feels best where your quiet presence exists. This is different from anxious shadowing, because a trusting Golden checks in, sees you, settles again, and does not look panicked whenever you shift or disappear for a moment. Eye contact can be another intimate sign, because a dog that trusts you often looks with soft eyes, relaxed lids, and a face that stays open rather than tight or watchful. Sometimes the look lingers just long enough to feel like a shared breath, and that slow, peaceful gaze often says more than any excited greeting ever could. Trust also shows in greetings, not only through wagging, but through the looseness of the whole body when your Golden approaches you with an easy curve and soft shoulders. The mouth matters too, because a trusting dog often carries a relaxed, slightly open expression around its person instead of tight lips, hard panting, or conflicted tension. When your Golden allows you to touch the paws, inspect the pads, or wipe away dirt gently, you are seeing a very practical form of trust. Paw handling asks a dog to surrender balance and control for a moment, so calm acceptance there often reveals that the relationship feels stable and safe in the body. Grooming offers another window, especially with a Golden Retriever, whose feathered coat sometimes needs brushing around the ears, chest, tail, and legs where tangles can easily form. If your Golden stays soft while you untangle a knot, shifts politely, and returns to you instead of fleeing, that moment says your hands are trusted, not merely tolerated. Bath time can show the same thing, because water, slippery footing, and close handling can make dogs uneasy, yet a trusting Golden tries to cooperate instead of bracing against everything. Even the towel dry afterward can become a trust moment, when the dog stands still, blinks softly, and lets itself be wrapped in your care without turning every movement into resistance. Walks reveal trust in motion, especially when your Golden pauses to sniff, then glances back at you as though checking that the team is still together. That small look back is powerful, because the dog is not only exploring the world, it is also using you as a steady point of reference. Trust becomes even more visible when something interesting appears, yet your Golden still chooses to return after a cue, or even before you ask. A dog that curves back toward you with a loose body and bright softness is showing that coming to you feels rewarding, safe, and emotionally easy. Mealtime can reveal trust too, because a dog that eats calmly, lifts its head once, and keeps chewing peacefully in your presence is not guarding its resources from you. After drinking water or finishing food, many deeply trusting dogs will lie down nearby instead of moving away, as if your company completes the sense of safety around the resource. Some of the sweetest trust appears in vulnerability after play, when your Golden is tired, open-mouthed, and breathing hard, yet still chooses your side as the place to recover. You may notice the dog stretching out long, showing the ribs, loosening the hips, and looking almost careless, which is exactly what real safety often looks like. Trust shows up strongly when your Golden is not feeling its best and still comes closer, resting the head in your lap rather than hiding in another room. In those moments, the dog is not asking you to fix everything magically, it is simply choosing your nearness as the safest place to carry discomfort. You can see the same trust when your Golden offers a sore paw, tolerates a quick mouth check, or allows you to examine something uncomfortable without immediate panic. That kind of cooperation is not blind obedience, because it grows from repeated experiences where your dog has learned that your hands usually bring help, not harm. Storms and loud nights often reveal trust very clearly, because some golden retrievers come closer during thunder, not because they enjoy the noise, but because your calm feels protective. When the dog presses beside your leg, settles behind your feet, or lies near your chair instead of running wildly, it is using your presence as shelter. Guests can reveal trust too, because a confident golden may greet politely, then return to your side as its emotional home base once the excitement fades. In that moment, your dog is saying that social curiosity may exist, but deep comfort still lives most strongly with you. Another beautiful sign is how quickly your golden recovers after a small startle when you remain calm, because trust helps the nervous system settle faster. A dog that startles, checks your face, then softens again is showing that your reactions influence whether the world feels manageable. Trust also appears in play when your golden willingly pauses, drops the toy, or waits for your signal without looking frustrated or suspicious. That pause means the game still feels safe even when control shifts briefly into your hands, and that is a meaningful emotional gift from a dog. Some goldens reveal trust by becoming delightfully goofy around their person, because silliness often appears only where the dog feels free from judgment or pressure. The bouncing grin, crooked play bow, upside-down wriggle, and dramatic toy parade are often signs that your home feels emotionally safe enough for full expression. Car rides can also show trust when your golden settles against the seat, watches quietly, and relaxes because you are there, even if the outside world keeps moving fast. The same is true when you clip on a harness near the face or lift the ears gently, and the dog stays soft because your touch predicts cooperation, not force. Trust grows visible in tiny routines, like waiting while you dry muddy paws, stepping closer when called for grooming, or standing still for a collar adjustment without flinching away. These small moments matter because dogs do not measure relationships only through big adventures, they measure them through ordinary handling repeated across ordinary days. One of the deepest signs of trust is when your golden can fully disengage in your presence, choosing to nap, chew calmly, or simply watch the room without monitoring you nervously. A dog that trusts does not need to keep you under constant surveillance, because your movements have become predictable enough to feel emotionally safe. This is why trust is not the same as dependence, since a trusting golden can rest while you move nearby, then reconnect without fear the moment it chooses. In many homes, trust looks almost boring from the outside, yet it is profound: soft eyes, loose breathing, an easy body, and no need for defensive caution. Golden retrievers often hide discomfort with friendliness, which makes these relaxed trust moments especially important, because real trust is visible in softness, not just in enthusiasm. The dog that trusts you deeply will often communicate more honestly, showing small worries sooner, because experience has taught it that you notice and respond kindly. That honesty is a gift, because it means your golden no longer has to shout through stress before believing its signals will be understood. Over time, trust is built through hundreds of gentle outcomes: respectful touch, predictable routines, safe play, patient waiting, and comfort that arrives before fear grows too large. And when those quiet moments collect, your golden retriever begins to move through life with you not just as an owner, but as a safe place. In the end, the clearest sign of deep trust is simple: your golden dog can be fully soft, fully vulnerable, and fully itself when it is beside you. Another quiet trust moment appears at the door, when your golden waits while you gather shoes or keys, because patience beside opportunity shows the dog believes connection matters more than immediate impulse. When the leash comes out and your dog stays soft enough to sit, even with excitement in the tail, that balance reveals something precious: enthusiasm held together by trust in your guidance. On a walk, trust often shines in the simple return of attention, when your golden lifts its nose from a scent and checks back as if your presence completes the picture. Some dogs also mirror the pace of the person they trust, slowing when you slow, turning when you turn, and moving through space like a soft conversation without words. A golden that chooses to sleep near your shoes, your chair, or the doorway of the room you are in is quietly saying that your scent and nearness belong to safety. The same meaning appears when your dog chooses your blanket, your sweater, or your side of the rug, because trusted scent can feel like an extension of trusted presence. One revealing sign of trust comes after a clumsy human moment, when you accidentally bump a paw or step too close and your golden recovers without suddenly fearing you. A dog that still returns after a mistake, still accepts your hand, and still softens near you is showing that the relationship is larger than one uncomfortable second. Trust becomes practical when your golden lets you remove a leaf, burr, or twig from the feathery tail and leg fur without pulling into defensive worry. It shows again when the dog allows a gentle ear check, because those soft hanging ears are sensitive, and calm acceptance there says your handling feels predictable. Some of the deepest trust appears around the mouth, when your golden lets you check a tooth, lift a lip, or give medicine without turning the whole moment into conflict. Chewing calmly beside you is another beautiful clue, because dogs do not protect every valuable item from people they truly believe will keep the moment safe. The same is true when your golden brings a chew or toy close to your feet, settling beside you instead of carrying it away to a guarded private corner. If you can briefly take that toy, inspect it, and hand it back while the dog stays soft, you are seeing trust wrapped inside ordinary play. Waiting at a gate or doorway can also be a trust ritual, because the dog pauses at the edge of freedom and still looks to you before moving on. That pause matters deeply, since it means your golden sees your guidance not as pressure, but as part of how safe exploration is supposed to work. In uncertain moments outside, a trusting golden often glances at your face first, especially when something strange appears, as though your reaction helps decide whether the world is harmless or important. You may see this when a bicycle passes, a large dog appears, or children run by, and your golden chooses your calm as the filter for the moment. Some dogs show trust by standing between your legs or leaning against your calves in a busy place, not out of panic, but out of comfort in shared space. That body position can look simple, yet it says the dog feels protected enough to be close without needing to flee, freeze, or control the whole environment. Trust also appears in chosen affection, when your golden places its chin into your open palm and remains there for a few still seconds with no urge to pull away. A dog that rolls over for a chest rub and stays loose through the touch is not only enjoying contact, but also trusting the hands above it. Nail care is another vulnerable test, because trimming requires stillness and surrender, so a golden that cooperates gently is showing confidence in repeated safe handling. The same kind of trust shows after rain, when your dog stands by the door and lets you dry the paws, belly, and feathered tail without turning cleanup into a struggle. Many goldens also reveal trust by drawing closer when you are quiet or sad, settling nearby as if they sense emotion and feel safe enough to share the silence. In those peaceful moments, your dog is not solving anything. It is simply offering presence, which is often what deeply trusting relationships look like in both species. Sometimes trust looks playful again, like the moment your golden grabs a toy and trots over after noticing your low mood, inviting connection without pressure. When the dog places that toy directly in your lap or beside your hand, it feels less like entertainment and more like a gentle offering of shared joy. A trusting golden can also settle on a mat while you cook, not because the dog stopped caring, but because it feels secure enough to wait nearby. Even when a door closes between rooms for a minute, trust remains visible if your dog waits calmly, expecting reunion instead of imagining abandonment or danger. Recall becomes especially meaningful when your golden leaves something interesting and comes toward you with easy softness, because choosing you over distraction is relationship made visible. That choice carries even more weight when the dog arrives with relaxed shoulders and bright eyes, showing that returning feels emotionally good, not tense or forced. At home, trust may look like lying under your desk or beside your chair while you work, content to share time without constant entertainment or reassurance. It may also appear in the smallest response to hearing its name, when the tail gives one soft sweep and the eyes brighten before the body even moves. Harnessing and collar changes reveal trust too, because many dogs dislike gear near the face, yet a trusting golden steps closer instead of backing away. When the walk is over and your dog lowers the head for the collar to come off, that small gesture says your hands still predict ease, not loss. Trust can even be seen in patience around food, when your golden waits for release with a soft body, believing the resource is coming without needing frantic control. During storms or loud weather, the most trusting dogs often settle faster when you are near, because your steadiness helps the body believe the danger is limited. The same pattern appears after a sudden household noise, when your golden startles, checks in, and then recovers rather than spiraling once it reads calm in you. One very tender sign is when your dog allows a towel, blanket, or coat to be placed gently over the back, accepting help during cold or wet moments. Trust also means accepting small boundaries, so a golden that moves off the sofa when asked, then returns later with softness, is showing security rather than resentment. A dog that offers a paw without being asked or rests it lightly on your leg, often seems to be reaching for contact in the most polite way it knows. Leaning against you at sunset, settling into your side after the day is done, may be one of the purest pictures of trust this affectionate breed can show. Deep trust often looks almost careless, like falling asleep in a crooked, exposed pose because the dog no longer feels the need to stay neat, alert, or guarded. When your golden keeps sleeping even as you shift in your chair or walk softly across the room, that continued rest is a quiet vote of confidence. Some dogs choose to sleep near the bedroom door or at the side of the bed, not as anxious guards, but as peaceful companions who trust the night with you. Even in a narrow hallway, trust can appear when your dog simply moves aside for you without tension, knowing your approach will not lead to threat or collision. After backyard play or social excitement, a trusting golden often returns indoors and quickly softens again, because home and human together signal that the body can truly stand down. You may notice the same thing in dim evening light, when your dog follows your shape through the house calmly, needing no constant reassurance beyond your familiar rhythm. Over the years, these little scenes become a language: the soft gaze, the loose sigh, the offered paw, the easy wait, the settled sleep, the return. None of them look flashy on their own, yet together they reveal something profound. Your golden retriever believes your presence usually means comfort, clarity, and emotional safety. And perhaps that is the most beautiful moment of all, when a golden dog can live beside you with an unguarded body and a peaceful heart, trusting home because home is you.